Yes, welcome back, people. It's Anton, Black Dads Lives. Thank you for coming back again.
And it's me, Dash, my son's favorite dad. Welcome back. Happy to see you guys. Happy to see every single one of you, even you, Anton. I'm happy to see you.
And it's me, Carlos. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Glad to have you.
You know who it is. It's your boy, Young Gidris with the vibes. Anton, happy to see you as well, man.
Yeah, I don't know why you, man, feel like you need to pick on me, right?
Oh,
I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out. No, shut up. No, not Idris, no. Right. I'm putting a disclaimer out right straight away just to let everybody know. Yeah, because I feel like crap.
Yeah. Oh, we know. We know.
Try to be perky. Yo, do you know what? All you need to do is start replying to me, man. Yeah. Let's not get into this at the beginning of the pod.
Oh, listen, bro. Yeah, with good vibes, innit? Yeah, you get me good vibes.
Right. So stop atting me, then both of you. You and Dash both atted me. Carlos didn't at me. Carlos just introduced himself, but you two got the fast. Huh?
I said I'm happy to see you.
I don't. Whatever. Why you happy to see me though?
Because you're family, man.
Right.
Why you both happy to see me? Go on and break it down now. Why you happy to see me?
I'm happy to see you, Anton, because get me, your family. I love what we do. I love to see my brother. I love to see the energy that you usually give off. Not today because you're not feeling too good, but I'm always happy to see. I know whenever I see you is good vibes and good laughs, man.
Yo, trust
me. Energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was genuine.
Yeah, man. So it's good to see my brothers, man. So it's good to see my brothers.
Thank you.
Especially now, because you're looking down, we need to lift you up, innit?
That's right, man.
Nah, thank you. I appreciate. You know what? Sorry, I take it back. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
That was a good comeback, guys. That was a good comeback.
I know they brought it back. You did well, guys.
Yeah, nothing to bring back because it was off.
Exactly, man. Facts, Jordash. Facts.
All right. So you brought it back. They did. They brought it back well, didn't they, Carlos?
Didn't bring anything back, bro. It was always there. You guys misinterpreted our actions, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always suspicious. I'm always slightly suspicious of you, man, because you tried to wind me up. You get me?
Nah, never that, bro. Never that.
Yeah, it's always that. It is. Let's see. All right, let's see how this goes.
Let's go.
Boom.
We'll go, but I think you wind up yourself.
What you on about? How do I wind myself up?
See, there you go. You wound up yourself already.
Oh, whatever. Let's go. Yeah, because I already went once, and then Jordash had to take it back.
No, you brought it back.
No, you brought it back.
Put the two together.
So what? Anyway, so first thing, well, obviously what I was thinking is, what age will you let your children onto social media? I know we touched on racism in social media on the last episode, but we didn't really, for me, touch on the ages on when you would let your kids be exposed, to social media, and if at any age you think it's suitable for them to get exposed to it, and what you feel the dangers would be, or what you feel like you'd want to put in place. Do you know what I mean? The parameters around social media. So if anyone can go first on this, you get me? Because I think with these subjects today, it's probably more from myself and what was in my head. You get me? So.
All right. Okay. I'll open it up. You get me? Yeah, I'll open it up. All right. So, what age do you let your youth go on social media? For me personally, right? I don't know. I think it's going to have to be like when I feel confident that they know how to navigate social media, and I can trust that they're responsible, and I guess when I feel comfortable, because the main fear for me on social media for a young child is pedophiles. Like, let's be honest. It's people who pretend to be something they're not. Because when I was younger, I was in them. Remember MSN chat rooms? Remember them back in the day?
Yeah.
And you speak to a shorty like ASL, bro. I'm like a 13 little chubby kid, but like, hey, bro, I'm 21. Damn. Because you can be anybody you want to be on the internet, innit, basically. And I think that's the main danger. Because what are you laughing at, Jordash? No, I get it, Anton. You get me? This guy's a prick, man. I get it, bro. Anton, I get it.
Yo,
Jordash, go on.
What?
Nah, go on. I seen your face, bro.
Because you can be anyone who you want to be. Yeah, obviously, young Idris right here. So that's like it all plays part in it. So the fact you're saying that you're like 21 when you're like 13, you just sound like a catfish, bro.
Yeah, it was a catfish, though.
That's the point.
Yeah. So why would you do that, bro? What's wrong with you?
At 13 years old, I'm in MSN chat rooms trying to draw what I thought was 21-year-old somewhere in America, innit? Like, I'm guessing they were also 13.
Do you know what's mad? I doubt back then, them times, a 21-year-old would have been
facts
on MSN
but
chatting.
Okay.
When you're dropping your 13-year-old lyrics.
Bro, I had bars, bro. I had bars. Go on.
So, okay. Yeah, I believe you. But what my point is, I just wanted to break down first, just the first bit that you said in there. Sorry. Yeah. In that, really, it's when you know that they're going to be old enough to be able to navigate. Yeah. Social media. How are you going to be able to sense check that they're going to be able to navigate social media?
Well, listen, I'm guessing on as the gentleman on the pod without a child as of yet, right? I'm guessing for you, Anton, more than the other two, just because of the age of the children, you will know your children inside out, and you will know how mature they are. And I think you would be able to accurately judge when you feel confident. Like it's like giving them a mobile phone. You know what I'm saying? Like you will be able to feel confident when your children are able to look after the mobile phone, be on social media, be alert and aware of what's what, and be at the place when they are able to have the open conversation with you of what's on social media. You get what I'm saying?
See, I think just because obviously, just touching on that with mine being the oldest now.
Yeah.
My little son, he's 9, Tyler.
Yeah.
And he already now talks about mobile phone, innit? So even when I get my upgrade on my phone, like when I got it last time, he was saying, "Oh, can I have your old one?"
Yeah. Of course.
I was like, "No, because what do you need a phone for?" And what I'm trying to explain to him right now is he's lucky in the sense that he's got an iPad and it's the newest iPad that's out there. And I'm saying to him, basically, what you're going to be able to do on your phone, you can already do now on your iPad. There's not going to be anything else that you're going to be able to do on a phone. Besides actually call people than what you can do now on your iPad. On your iPad, you can FaceTime people. Do you know what I mean? So he's got like me. He's got his uncles, and he's in his FaceTime or FaceTime them. Well, he don't FaceTime nobody really. You know what I mean? He's not really into FaceTiming, but he's got that in his locker. And I suppose with me, with the responsibility, it's more that I've started to give to them more is on the platforms, on programs and stuff that they stream, which is probably something that another subject that I was going to go into a bit further down the line, so I won't touch on it too much now. But so for me, I get what you're saying, Jason. There will be a point where, like for instance, when he goes to high school, we've already had the agreement that when he goes to high school, that's when he's going to get a mobile phone.
Yeah.
But then, in the same breath, we feel like we maybe have mollycoddled him a bit too much because my son is totally innocent. He's not streetwise whatsoever. So then I've got that concern now because I've heard stories from some of my friends who have children who go to the high school that he's going to be going to, and he's in year 5. So he's in year 6 in September. Yeah, I mean, that's not long now. He's got like a year left. And in that year, I can't see that he's going to grow to the point, where he's going to be able then to handle what the conversation and what's going to be going on in high school. Do you know what I mean? like even now I've started trying to speak to him and be more open with him about different things. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's sex or whatnot. Where he asked how the babies get here. You know what I mean? I think I touched on the last episode, and I was honest with him and said, well, it's from sex. Do you know what I mean? And then he didn't want to know anything more. Like he knew what sex was and like he knew how it works, and that sort of shocked me because I was like, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think even though he'll have his phone, this weekend, I said, you'll have your phone when you go to high school because he asked me again. I said, so probably in that summer, you'll get a chance to get used to it and I'll be sending you out on the streets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Walk to school with your phone and, you know, just do little things like that. I'd hang around with his friends and I'll just give him that bit more independence.
Yeah, you have to.
But then I said to him, but then in the same breath, I said to him, but you ain't going to go on social media. Do you know what I mean? And he might feel when he gets high school stigmatized or might feel away against me because I've stopped that. But then when I look on social media, a lot of these platforms have got like age restrictions of like 16 and stuff like that. So for me, if you need to be 16 to go onto this platform, yeah, and then I'm letting my son go on it at, I don't know, 10, 11, then if a predator was to approach him or my daughter, for that matter, who am I then to start kicking off and saying, well, she's underage, he's underage, because they shouldn't be on that platform anyway. The platform's set for a certain age. So for him to have an account, that means then that he's going to have to put in a fake age, or I'm going to have to agree for him to have a fake age onto his account. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's Instagram. I'm sure Instagram's the one. You need to be 16. I'm sure it's the same for Facebook as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you need to be 16 to have this platform. Yeah. So anyone else that has actually got the platform already and they're in school, yeah, their parents really haven't got a leg to stand on to kick off about, well, Instagram needs to clean up what they're going on because my child shouldn't be exposed to this. You're correct. You're right. Your child shouldn't be exposed to it, but your child shouldn't be on it in the first place.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what I mean? So
kind of like going out.
Sorry, say that again, Dash.
It's kind of like going out underage.
If you all done,
like everyone's done in reality, everyone's gone out underage. You know what I mean? And regardless if anything had happened to you or anything along those lines, then like, who do you actually blame? Do you blame your parents or do you blame yourself? So it's kind of like a catch-22. Like you were just saying, obviously, if you're letting him on it, then you're saying who. Like you can't blame anyone except for yourself for allowing him to go on it. But how I feel is, if you've allowed him to go on it, as long as you've got like access to his social media, then it may not be that great of a problem, if you know what I mean. Like kind of like with our Instagram, we all got access to it. So you know what I mean? Everyone can see what messages are coming through and whatnot. So regardless, yeah, you do have access to that information. And especially if all his friends are going to be doing it in reality, like I said, it's like going out underage. You weren't allowed. Your parents probably thinking you're at your friend's house or something, but yet you're up in the club. Do you know what I mean? And in reality, like it's the same thing. They may not have social media around you, but they may then go behind your back and then get access it that way. So then what do you do then? Do you know what I mean? That's why, I don't know, I'd probably be a bit different to you. I'd probably be a bit more open, like, okay, you can go on it, but I have access to your account.
Yeah.
I can monitor it in that sense.
And don't get me wrong, I get that when it comes to like, from a peer pressure point of view, because if all of his friends are on it, then it's going to be like, he's the one that's not on it. Do you know what I mean? But in the same breath, for me, I'm like, yeah, but you be the trendsetter then, innit? So you be the one, like, why do you need to be on it? Like, don't get me wrong, you'll still have everything else what all your friends will have anyway, plus more, do you know what I mean? Because I try to provide for my kids to give them everything that they'll need, you get me? But I think just on that bit on social media, I get that. But kids are crafty these days, man. They can hide things, you know what I mean? They can delete stuff, man. Like, now, but I'm just saying there's a ways around it. So obviously, like for me, he could even start getting an app or log on. Do you know what I mean? Get a login, and I don't know, and my man's logging into it on his phone. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least then, I suppose then I will feel a bit more better about it because I've tried to stop. It's true though. I've tried to do my thing. You know, I tried to stop him, but why? If he's going around like now, it's good. Like on the iPads, they can't download the app without me knowing. You get me? So they go on their iPads. They put it in like normal App Store, search it, and then they click request. You get me? Instead of download, and then it comes to me and it says, "Do you give your children permission to download this?" You get me? And it's either accept or decline. You get me? And the kids know what's going to happen because Tyler will send me through some funkiness. You get me? And I look through and I go, "Son," I said, "this app that you just requested." And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You need to be 12, you know." And he goes, "Oh, never mind then." You get me? And I go, "Okay." And I just decline it. Whereas I think straight away, because it depends on what app it is, in it. Because sometimes I'll be happy to just really let him have it. Do you know what I mean? But I'll look and I'll just say that to him. And depending on his reaction, if he's like, "Oh, but Dad, I need it for this," like he needed an app to go with his Minecraft that he plays, but he loves Minecraft, you know what I mean? On his iPad, he's always on it. So for me, just being a gamer, it was like, well, actually, it makes sense for you to have this add-on. So I was like, well, yeah, there you go then. Do you know what I mean? Because I could see that in his reaction when I was like, "Son, do you know what? You need to be 16 for this. What's it for?" And he goes, "Oh," he's like, "but it's for my Minecraft. It's for this, that, this, that, this, that." "Oh, all right then." "Oh, can I have it?" "Well, yeah, because it's for Minecraft."
So
do you know what I mean? Eh?
You're breaking the law.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about when you try to wind me up. But yeah, you can call it me breaking the law. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's my law that I've made up myself. So I suppose
you're choosing what you accept and what you don't. So
yeah, because and this is what I think you need to do because you need to judge it for yourself, innit? Every scenario and every situation is going to be different. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. So you would judge the social media situation then. You would judge it, you would be like, "No, decline," because you're not.
Yeah, but I think the social media element of it is like you can't control it. Like you can't control who he interacts with or who tries to interact. I think it's that element of it which is the major problem. For example,
so can't you interact with people on Minecraft? No.
Yeah, but I'm guessing in this app, in the add-on app, there's not like a messaging function like where you can talk.
It's not like a chat. It's not like
a chat.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so only like friends can like access to it, basically, like PlayStation, basically.
Yeah, and then on the maps that Tyler plays with on Minecraft anyway, he doesn't play online with everybody. Do you know what I mean? There's a chat what you can enter, what you can go onto, but he's not interested in talking with anybody. Do you know what I mean? Already.
So you upstairs, it could be like, "Hey."
It could be, but again, it's probably what Jason touched on before. It's knowing him in it.
Yeah.
So I know Tyler, like, and if he was that sort of sociable kid like Layla, I wouldn't put it past her because she's just like that. She's busy. Do you know what I mean? She likes to talk. Like if you hear FaceTime, you hear the iPad's ringing and it'll be Layla's iPad ringing. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like my sister or something because she's left a missed call for him because she's tried to ring people. Do you know what I mean? That's Layla. And if I'm honest, like when it comes to the social media, that's where I feel like I'll be more nervous about Layla than Tyler because Tyler, just his personality is more cautious. Like he knows the rules and he likes to stay within the rules. Do you know what I mean? He knows where the barriers are and he's like, I don't really want to cross that barrier. Whereas Layla, she'll be like, "Oh, what? That fire burns? Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's a bit hot." That's Layla's mentality. Do you know what I mean? So, like with her, it would probably be similar to like what Jordash is saying, where it will be a different tact. With Tyler, I know that I could just say, "No, actually, you're not ready for this, so don't go on that, son." And Tyler will go, "Okay, Daddy," and he won't go on it. Whereas Layla, I probably could say the same thing to her when she's the same age, and she'll be like, "Okay, I won't go on it." But I know full well that she will try and find a way to access it. So then, in that breath, I'm not going to fight against the losing battle. What I'll do is probably do something more similar to yourself and say, "Right, okay, then I'll work with you on it. So do you know what? Me and you will share an account." Do you know what I mean? And I will put on her bio, yeah, page shared by daddy and daughter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or I'll just put something blatant like that on there. So
my parents or something like that.
yeah. And I'll share it with her, and I'll be like, okay, so you've got your social media, but so have I've got it as well. Like you just said, we've got multiple logins for that. So I've got that. So then I can acknowledge what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's same with and this is going off subject a bit, but same with her and boys. Like I feel a way about boys. Do you know what I mean? So I think with boys, because obviously boys, your sons and your daughters are different. You know what I mean? Like with boys, with my daughter, nah, man, I want to know everything what she's going through. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to know everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know that if I come across as overbearing, overprotective, she ain't going to be telling me everything. So I can't react to certain things that she says. Even now, when she says it, she'll want to tell her mum certain things and be like, "Oh, don't tell daddy."
Don't tell dad. Yeah.
And I'm like, why is she like that already? Because I don't react to it. Do you know what I mean? But she's still already got that stigma where it's like,
she knows that you will hold her to a different standard. Not different standard, but you know what I mean. Like she knows. Yeah,
because she's my little princess.
Yeah.
So and she's already picked up on that. So for me, it's sort of me having to control that, to think, right, well, I don't want you then going down, you know, that route where it's like, I need to hide stuff from daddy. Nah.
When she went out there talking to boys and shit, and she's like, I can't tell dad. Because even if she is, you want her to be able to talk to you about it so you know what's what. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even though you don't want to know, like, but I guess as a father, you do need to know, innit? Like, and you want her to feel comfortable that no matter what, she can talk to you. You get me?
Yeah.
That's a challenge. That is a challenge.
100%. But that's why I think the social media aspect will help with it. But there's certain things that I'll let her on. Like my kids, they're not going on Twitter at all. Until they're 18, 21. Yeah, I wouldn't allow them to go onto Twitter.
Why Twitter? What?
Twitter, because for me, Twitter, I wouldn't understand why they would need to go on it. I think it's very hostile and it's a very volatile platform, and it's very sickening, man. Some of the things that go on that platform. Don't get me wrong, eh?
Do you think that?
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, I can only I can only go off from my own personal experience.
Yeah.
So from
what experience is coming from like being that? To be honest, I don't see many kids that go on Twitter, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree.
So I do get what you're saying. It is very hostile, but like kids don't use Twitter to that. Like it's mainly like TikTok and Instagram and I don't know if people still use Snapchat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's more like those fun, quick.
Yeah. And to be fair, it might even be a new app by the time that they're ready to get an app anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, I suppose then, from what you're saying then, like Snapchat, I wouldn't be happy with them having Snapchat either. The reason for why I wouldn't be happy about them having Snapchat is because you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It disappears. So it's dodgy for me. You don't need to have Snapchat.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Instagram because it's pictures. Do you know what I'm saying? TikTok, because you're gonna do this dance move that you want other people to see, or this trend that's going on, as long as it's not the bus it challenge. You get me? Or none of them things there. You get me? But if it's just like, but you know what I'm saying? It was just a normal like dance routine, or they're doing whatever on the TikTok. I haven't really got an issue with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, it'll be one of them where TikTok by Layla and Dad. You know what I'm saying? It won't be just like Layla's having her own TikTok. And I would, because you know me, I'll be all up on her TikTok.
TikTok
all the videos.
I was doing the bullshit challenge.
Yo, if she wants to put a bullshit challenge on her TikTok, I guarantee you I'm having a bullshit challenge on her TikTok too.
I'd pay to see that.
I'd take some bullshit challenge as well, bro. Yo, the man doing the bullshit challenge just sounds wrong, innit? Just in the title, bullshit challenge.
Nah.
Guy, you know.
Oh, God's sakes, bro.
Nah, but just take it back to it. That's what I'm saying. It's like, for me, as then, because I'm saying what age it will be, I think it's when it's age appropriate for the platform. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I'll prefer it to be. If my hand was forced, yeah, then I would do like what I've just said, where it's run by dad, or do you know what I mean? It's a joint profile, what we share, and we both have a login for it. So I'm not telling you when I'm logging into your account. Like, I don't need to be in it all the time, but I'm gonna dip in and out. I'm gonna dip in and out of it. Don't let me see nothing that's mad in there.
So yeah, that's what you have to think. Though what's important is, as a parent, you have to just keep up with the times, because obviously kids change. Like, think about all the things what have just come and gone. Obviously, I remember MSN back in the day. My mum used to be like, "Who you laughing with? Why? Who you laughing with on the screen? Like, what's so funny? Why are you laughing at the computer?" I'd be like, "Oh, I'm talking." She'd be like, "I hope you're not in no chat rooms." But obviously, I was on MSN in it, so. But she always used to be like, "Yeah, who you laughing with on the screen?" Do you know what I mean? But to me, yeah, it is important that you do keep up with what is relevant, because otherwise you get left behind. So I said, I was like MySpace, MSN, Facebook, Instagram, all these things have come, and a lot of them have gone at the same time. As a parent, like, I'm making sure I'm on every single one of those things. Anything that comes out, I'm on there. Do you know what I mean? Just so that I've got a presence. And if Serrano's not happy with that, or any of my other children what I potentially can have, then obviously it's just one of them, innit? Like, they just have to understand that I am going to be on there. But like I said, I always say the most important thing is just being able to have that open and honest conversation. So they'll be able to come to you and tell you literally anything, because that's the biggest problem, like you said, like pedophiles and all those things online. Like, that's a major concern. But like I said, if your child is open and honest, like, no one's hopefully will be able to just like come and like manipulate them just like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. It's like even with the school friends, you're gonna want to know who their school friends are. So if they got any friends online, you'd be like, "Who's this?" Do you know what I mean? It's the same sad situation.
Yeah, I try and influence that already. I knew in primary school.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can tell, man. You can tell the crazy ones. Like, there's this. I don't care, you know. There's this kid in Layla's class, man, and he's weird, man. Like, he's real strange. I think he's Jason's laughing. He's weird, man. Like,
everything you get to cut out your children's friends, yeah.
Yo, he's weird though. He's weird. I'm not saying any names in it. He's weird.
Like last time we had to get bleeped out, bro.
Yeah. Whatever. It's a different you. This kid's just weird. But so is his mum. But his mum's weird too. You get me? So it's like, it's not it's not surprising. You get me?
Don't like, far from the tree.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't, Jay. It doesn't. When you see them just when they walk up to the school gates and that, and I'm just there, and then I'm just thinking to Layla, please don't interact with this kid. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're in the same class, and then Layla's like, "Hiya!" And then the kid has to stop. Do you know what I mean? And then his mum tries walking past me and go like that, like, and I'm like, no, never in a day, mate. Never in a day. Get them thoughts. I know what you're thinking. Get it out your head, because it's not going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like Tyler. He doesn't realize, like, I'm trying to get him to know that you're a 10. Do you know what I mean? There's rules to this. Do you know what I'm saying? There's levels, and you're a 10. So
choose the friends like that.
Eh?
I said it's weird because obviously kids don't really pick and choose the friends like that, but obviously as they get older, that's how it becomes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's that. Yeah, but it starts to say it now, though, Dash. It starts to say it now. You get me? They start to set the scene, and it's like Tyler. I've got to let him know, yeah, that when he gets into high school, yeah, that's when it's mad. It's a different world. You know what I mean? Because their primary school's so small, and it's like literally, I think there's like 20 kids in each class. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a really small primary school, but then the high school that he's going to be going to is a really big high school. It's like it's going to hit him like a ton of bricks, and I already know it is. Do you know what I mean? And that's already me and Laura's having conversations on how can we ready him for that big change. You know what I mean? And especially when you're going to be bringing social media into it. Sorry, Carlos.
I was going to say, you know, I go to family parties all the time when your whole family's there, so it's just used to seeing a whole heap of people all the time.
Yo, but now the thing about it is, you know, our family party is like So the parties that we go to anyway, he loves it. Like they love it, but obviously since the last year now, no lockdown, no parties or nothing, it's dead out. But before that, yeah, he loves that interaction. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, it's family that he knows. But then with Tyler, he does he'll just do like a random thing, and I'm like, because he's not streetwise with it, innit? So like, even like some of my little cousins, like what do you know what I mean? Where they'll like what do a little play fight, they'll know the football and they're doing this, they're doing that, like they just because they've got brothers as well, like they know what they're doing, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas like with Tyler, some of it, he's a bit lost with it, innit? So like that's when I try and show him and be like,
that comes down to you, then.
Yeah, exactly. And like and then it's like a dad, but then a big brother role as well, where it's like, right, okay, let me take you under my wing and show you certain set things and show you how things could be. Do you know what I mean? And how things are going to be outside of the house. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I could use social media like I do in a way, because even now, I suppose, I will show him certain things on my social media. Do you know what I mean? At his young age now, and I'll show him certain things that I would watch. You know what I mean? Certain videos, obviously not everything, you get me, because some of it's a bit funny and too much for him. But there's certain set things that are uplifting and that you can be showing him, do you know what I mean? And then for me, I just want him to have that narrative of, right, okay, well, this is the sort of thing then that I'm going to be looking on when I go on social media. Do you know what I mean?
Why does it always have to be social media?
No, because, well, that's I'm just talking about that because that's the subject that we're talking on now.
No, I know, but like you could take him out on the road, innit?
On the road?
This is how
on the road?
Yeah.
Sounds like some out on Friday or something. Yeah, let's go see.
He's 9. He's 9. He's 9. Take him out on the road, Dash. Take him out on the road where? And do you know where I live? Do you know I live in Hull? What do you mean take him out on the road? What am I doing on the road?
Just obviously, just like make him understand, obviously, when you're walking, if you've got a phone, if someone comes up to and say, have you got the time, blood? And he's like,
yo, this is...
Take my phone. Take my phone.
Dash, we live in Hull, yeah?
No, it's just too much TV, man.
Trust me, ain't nobody walking up to Tyler saying, have you got the time, blood?
Okay.
No one's saying that to Tyler.
You get the blood then. Oh, you got the time, mate?
If anything, he's just going to try and teeth his phone. You get me?
Time, mate. And then someone just takes your phone. Oh, I like that phone. Can I see have you got games on there? You take the phone, go on.
Or like what someone said to Jason, I like your chain.
I like your chain.
Yeah, Jason is like, nah, this ain't gold, remember?
Nah, listen. Yeah.
What's that?
Yo, listen, yeah. I had a chain, a long chain.
Yeah.
And my mum got it for me after my dad passed, innit? And I've got out of the club, I've got out of the car, I was out of the taxi after a night out, and literally, yo, this Audi A6 is sped up, skirted next to me, and one black man just come running towards me now and going, yo, is that chain real? Me. Well, this chain's fake, bro. This is fake, bro. He's going, no, you sure? Bro, it's fake. Trust me, it's fake. All right. And he's got off. Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say. If you don't prepare your kids, they'll be like, nah, this is real. I don't wear fake stuff. Look, it's gold. And then T2's chain's gone.
Get me, bro. I'm unjackable, bro. Bling bling, bitches. I'm joking, yo. Please don't get me.
Yeah, it's okay. You put it away. You're safe. What? Nah, Dash. You know what? On a serious note, though, I get what you're saying with that, innit? But then physically, I don't need to physically take him out on the street to teach him that. Do you get me? Like for me, that's where I'm talking about him being streetwise and shit. But certain things he's gonna have to go through. In the same breath, he's gonna have to go through it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only way that he's gonna build his character. So yeah, as much as I would sit down and give him a load of scenarios and say, well, look, this is what you do in this scenario, this is what you do in set scenario. Like a certain bit of it has got to come from his experience, innit?
Yeah.
And what he does out on the streets. That's why I would let him go out and do what he's doing. And I suppose if he did get his phone robbed off him, I wouldn't. I think it's more on how I react when he comes back home to tell me about it. Do you know what I mean? And at that point, it's teaching him a life lesson. Say, well, look, son. So what happened? Well, no, if someone comes up to you and you ask you for your time, or they say, "Can I play a game on your phone?" Say say to him, "Well, look on your phone." You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, why are you getting cheeky?
Yeah.
Why are you cheeky? Why are you getting cheeky?
Then what you need to do, son, and what you need to do is pull your phone out, yeah? And the first thing you need to do is just dial daddy.
Nah, bro.
How the fuck? Dial daddy.
You ain't getting there, though. You ain't getting there.
You mad? You mad? You want to bet? You want to bet? You want to bet?
What's happening here, bro? You ain't getting nowhere, bro. You ain't getting out of the fucking door before they took the phone off him.
Yo, this guy, the amount of times, ask these two down there, the amount of times that we've called our dad, yeah? And here is skirt. You think it's out of A6, yeah?
You're in work, right? At your desk, yeah, you're at work, yeah? Tyler, listen, God forbid, right? But Tyler's going through, he's getting mugged, right? And someone's gone, yo, what's the time? He's gone, yo, I ain't got the time. He's gone, shut the fuck up and get your phone out.
Yo, there's Find My iPhone now, innit? So
he's got his phone out, bro. He's getting snatched, bro. What's he calling you for?
Find My iPhone, you find him straight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, any criminals watching this today, yeah, in 2021, listen, fucking phone jackings aren't the one, you get me?
But
all
we're doing,
I'm saying phone jacking is the one, bro.
All I'm doing is talking on the scenario, innit? And obviously, if that was the case, I'm only talking from what Jordash said. You get me? If someone's coming up and they're asking him these questions, yeah, then listen, let me speak, man. Then it's not like,
down, bro.
It's not. It's whatever. What are you on about?
What at me?
Because listen, yeah, it's not as if I'm saying now, yeah, that he's got to. If some debute's coming up to Tyler now, yeah, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, and what time is it? Yeah. Can I use your phone to play a game?" I'm telling you, Tyler. Yeah, I don't know say everyone's name. Tyler, yeah, he's gonna have enough time to get the text to ring me up and just be like, Dad, some kids here asking me to play a game on my phone. And I'll just start laughing, where are you? And as soon as I know where he is, yeah, it's boom. Do you know what I mean? Or you stay on the line if he wants. Just tell him, oh, my dad's around the corner. He's coming to see me anyway. Do you know what I mean? He don't want me to. He's asking why you want to play a game on my phone. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like it's one of them ones there. I'm gonna be there. This is what I'm telling you. Like, why? I don't know how far you think I'm gonna be working from Tyler, but if he's from when he's gonna be going there and he's gonna be vulnerable anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get to him. I'm ready. I'm gonna be ready. You get me? Like Jordash just said, why? He's gonna have an iPhone. I'm gonna find my iPhone switched on. Do you think he's gonna be whoever's robbing him is gonna stand there and be like, right, find your iPhone off now? Do you know what I'm saying? They're looking to rob, if they're gonna rob a phone, they're gonna rob it off him. They're gonna go. You get me? Then I'll recover it back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I suppose more than anything, like I was saying in the first place, anyway, he will have to deal with that. And on a serious note, obviously, I'm not always going to be able to get there, innit? So, like I said, he would have to experience it. Do you know what I mean? He'll come home and he'll tell me what's happened, that his phone's been stolen off him. Right? What happened, son? Do you know what I mean? Talk me through the experience. Right? Okay. Well, how can you learn from this so that it doesn't happen to you again in the future? Just understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
obviously, if I can get there,
I've been mugged before. I got mugged by young Gooch when I was what must have been 13, 14, and he stole my bike off me and my phone. And it's one of them ones, like, back in the day, yeah, I don't know if George and Carlos remember, but back in the day, yeah, when we were in school, the police came into school one time and we were talking about, but there's bear muggings going on, rare to be safe, innit? And I remember going on to my mum and I was like, mum, listen, people are getting their phones robbed and stuff outside of school. And she's like, listen, if anyone comes up to you asking for the phone, just give it to them. It's not worth it. It's material. There's no point in getting hurt over it. Give them the phone. My dad, on the other hand, is like, anyone asks for the phone, punch them up. Like, and I remember it must have been like, about nine guys stopped me when I was on my bike one time, and they were like, "Yo," and it's like, "Yo, get off the bike," and I was like, "Take it," and I said, "Yo, you got a phone?" I said, "Yep." They took the phone off me. They took the SIM card out. Took the SIM card out.
You know.
Give me the SIM card back.
Oh, they give you the SIM card?
Give me the SIM card back.
That's decent. That's decent.
And sent me on my way. So I went home and I was like, Dad's like, "Yo, where's your bike?" And I was like, "Yo, I just got mugged, man." And he's like, "Yo, where?" And I was like, told him where, bro. On my dad's grave, bro. It must have been an hour before I had man at my doorstep here apologizing. "Yo, listen, I didn't know you were Blues' son, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Here's your phone back. Here's your bike." And I was like, it's a traumatic experience to go through. Like, even though I got my shit back, that the fact someone's gonna come and like just forcefully take shit off you is traumatic, man. So it is. I think that's another part of, in regards to Tyler going to school, is just educating him in how to navigate in these situations. You get me? Because there are going to be situations where there's going to be maybe one guy, and Tyler's thinking, "Yo, I can take this guy in it." In that situation, he fancies his odds. Different story, but it's just knowing when to fight and when not to fight. You get me?
Yo, I've been there myself, you know.
Yeah.
I got well, they robbed me, but they actually robbed. Is when I had my saxo. Remember when I had my that Citroen saxo, that black one? I had the PS2 in it and everything, and it was actually the Goddess boys, man, that did it. And they chased me because he was just jealous in it because he said,
Yeah.
And they just always chase me and stuff like that, you know, in my car. And obviously my car was rapid, so I used to always, he could never catch me, and I used to always laugh, you get me, and just like, it was one of them, didn't really think anything of it. And then one time, I was actually at traffic lights near Old Trafford Cricket Club, you know, when you're just about to turn left there to go to the quadrant.
Yeah.
And I was in traffic lights, and then all of a sudden, like, a car just pulled up on the right, innit, and sort of blocked me in a bit. And I was just sat in my car, and I was sort of listening to my music, and I looked, and I didn't really think anything of it, and I just carried on doing what I was doing. Next minute, I clocked like some guy ran this side, and then one of them ran round the back and round to the passenger side, innit? And then obviously, when I clocked him, I just quickly locked my door.
Yeah.
The big one was on the passenger side, and he just ran up to my window and just went, "Psh," and just punched straight through my window, my car window. I went, "Ah." So obviously, I drove off in it because I was like, I'm not having that. But then I got my car, took my car, got it fixed, my window, parked up on my drive after I got it fixed like 2 days later. And then I came out to go to work in the morning, and my whole car had been stripped out. Like, I had a boot build with all subwoofers in it and everything. I had a TV in it at the front and all custom built. And it all just got ripped out in it, just ragged out. And I just literally walked out, and I felt sick, went back in. And then mum and dad knew that it was the same people in it. But my dad knows people like most dads do and that. And it was like, oh. And then basically I went to my cousin's house. And it was only when I went to my cousin's house that I was speaking to one of my other cousins. And he was like, "What's wrong?" So I was telling him, because I was a bit embarrassed in it, so I didn't really tell anyone about it. And then it was only once I started talking about it, that he was like, "Nah, I know them, what you doing?" And then one of my cousins got on the phone and was like, "Nah, come round to my house a sec." And then he came round, and it was all them man that robbed my car in it. And and it all got sorted out. Like, I got a load of compensation for it and all that lot. But by that point, he'd sold all my stuff, and it was all ripped out my car anyway, so it couldn't even go back in. Do you know what I mean? So it just sort of ruined it for me anyway in the first place. But yeah, so I mean, like, certain experiences like that, I wouldn't want Tyler to experience at all. Do you know what I mean? If I could avoid it, and I think that's probably why I'm so passionate about wanting to protect him. You know what I mean? Go and defend him. You know what I mean? And I did the same thing for Ryan when I had a little petrol scooter. Remember, I had a little go-ped?
You're in the park.
Yeah, and Ryan had it in a park in it, and he got it robbed off him and my little cousin in the park. And then, like, I was nowhere near, and I got a phone call basically from my mum going mad because I let Ryan out on this scooter and Ryan was all traumatized. So I just drove back. I found it, but I ended up taking the kid who robbed it off the scooter with my car, catching him, and then it was mashed up then at that point anyway. So yeah, But yeah, so I know. Yeah, I've been there. You get me?
Yeah,
So,
it's not nice, man. It's not nice.
it's not nice, and that's why I wouldn't want Tyler to experience it in any way. Do you know what I mean? That's why, in a way, I like where we live because it's quiet anyway.
Yeah.
So hopefully he won't have that experience because of where we live. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that he and even his uncle, I suppose, around here is very popular. So it's like, and his mum's like family is. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, even though it's got a different surname, hopefully though that will
They'll
sort of
know.
carry.
Yeah,
They will know and sort of put 2 and 2 together. There's ain't many black kids around here.
Yeah.
So they'll put 2 and 2 together and realize, you know what I mean, that is a part of them. But yeah. So yeah, it does scare me a bit.
Yeah.
But sorry, we went off subject then.
No, sorry. It's probably not my fault.
It's Carlos's fault still.
It was Carlos's fault.
Sorry, guys.
What did you say?
Huh?
What was it Carlos's fault? What did you say?
Jason and his chain. For me, it's probably going to be when if Remy goes on social media, I'm probably going to have to go on it as well. I'm going to be on his account. It'll have to be that way for me. I don't really see it as being a bigger thing for him going on it, partly because that book that Jordash sent me to read, about making your own brand, I do feel like it's important to be doing that, and probably from an earlier age. So, but not.
Sorry, what is that? Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
It's called. I forgot what the book's called, which is really annoying.
You remember Dash?
Yeah, I do. But I'm so disappointed that you don't remember.
I know, it's really annoying. One second. Let me find that.
Well, for the purpose of the pod,
Anyway,
right?
let me interrupt.
It's called Crushing It, and it's about building your own personal brand. So I do feel like it's important to have a social media presence. And if it does start earlier, I think it is better in that context. So him having one is inevitable. Like, it will have one. That's at the stage that he has one is where I'm not quite sure at this point in time of when that will be. But it will be obviously how he's developed, how he grows, and obviously how he is will help to determine that when that stage actually comes.
Yeah.
It will be on it, and it will have to be supervised because, as we know, there's all kinds of people out there, a lot of catfishes, people pretending to be people that they're not. But then that does go hand in hand with knowing his friends, so who he'll be interacting with. And by all means, he could just be friends with all his family members because the family's big. So, when we were growing up, we were all friends with all of our cousins, not knowing exactly how we were all related, but we were all friends, cousins, basically. So I think that will be good as well.
No, that's true. Build a social and a network, but it's got it's family based in it. So that's not a bad thing. Yeah. So do you have anything more to touch on that, Jordash?
On what?
On anything?
No, I've already said.
Okay.
I've already said, to me, I don't think, I don't really have any age restrictions on it. Anytime, as long as I have access, it's absolutely.
So you're not bothered any age. So you could.
Sereno's got Instagram now. You can actually follow him at Sereno Zion on Instagram. Follow him, Sereno.Zion.
Yeah, but you know what? I get what you're saying with that, but for me, that's just different in it because that's just totally ran by his parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then obviously, ultimately, that is his brand. Do you know what I mean? And it would actually eventually branch out to be under his control. Regardless, he wouldn't need to then create a alternative, anything. Do you know what I mean? So you can just then take it from there. So at this moment in time, obviously, his account's run by his parents. because he can't run it himself, innit?
Exactly. Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Though it's different. Like for me, when you get older, there's no reason. There's nothing stopping him from having an alternative account that he's opened up just for him.
To stop him. But in reality, like I said, depending on what social media platform is going to be the one, because obviously I'm not necessarily going to know which social media platforms are popping. The only people that are going to know that is him. Do you know what I mean? And in reality, he'll be like, "Oh, right, yeah, this is why it is. This is why you have to keep your ear to the ground and follow what the kids are doing, because they're the ones where they're the ones who create the fads, do you know what I mean? Or follow them. So in reality, you'll be like, okay, this is what my friends run. Okay, we can then create something from that, do you know what I mean? But obviously, you probably would have some form of platform already, so that they can just seamlessly transition from one platform to another. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. There was just one more thing, just because I don't keep you on too long, maybe just another 10 minutes. But it's a bit of an addition to that, what I was just thinking about. And it's more, is it wrong to allow your children to watch films that have a higher rating than their age? So obviously you get certain films that are 15, 18, 12, do you know what I mean? And like, I'll be honest, Tyler, obviously he's only 9, but probably like most of the kids in his class, in his age group, he's watched the whole Marvel series.
That's all right.
Yeah, the 15.
Yeah,
the 15s. And I think even there's a couple of them that might be 18 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because of the language, etc., that's in them. Do you know what I mean? But then, if I'm honest, Tyler, because he's always been into the Marvels and into superheroes, he's watched those films. So I've, in the first instance, when I was thinking about it and was discussing like films, what he can watch, we had a bit of a disagreement on it, because I was saying, well, he gets to watch different films, or he's watched different films already. Do you know what I mean? In the films that we've watched, some of the Marvel ones, he's heard swear words. Do you know what I mean? But he knows that that's wrong, so then he wouldn't necessarily use it. Do you know what I mean? I think the ones where I feel more conscious about are the ones where it's more over violent and it's more sexual content, that I feel I need to protect him from more, if that makes sense. Like for me, if it's a Spider-Man film, or it's one of them ones like that, or Iron Man, like really, I would allow him to, what I do is watch them. Do you know what I mean? And I'd allow him to watch them. I wouldn't really stop him from being able to watch them. And I just wanted to understand what your thoughts are like on that sort of thing. Then
to me, it's like, the mad thing is, I don't really look at ages of films, like, you know, now when I'm watching them, obviously, because I'm an adult, so I don't really look at the age or for the adult.
And I watch this, and I watch it.
I say that now because what was I watching? I think I was watching that the Justice League, and I looked at the age and seen that it was 15. I was like, oh, this is a 15. And then in my head, it's funny that you've said that. It was like running around my head thinking, how did it come up with ages for the films? Like, how can it? And like, obviously, I feel like the ages for films now is different from ages for films like back in the day.
I agree.
It's like completely changed. And set 15s, I've heard people even swear. I'm just like, oh, okay, and that's a 15. Back in the day, that would have to be classified as a 18. Do you know what I mean? Or now you got stuff like 12A. You can watch it with a
adult. Yeah.
12, you can watch it with an adult. So that's why it's the only few films that I feel like I'll be like, oh, you can't watch is like you said, stuff like or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like proper gory and they probably get nightmares and whatnot. Where I think, okay, you're probably not ready for this yet, because even adults are ready for them type of things. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends. I'm not really too fussed, because I think even like growing up with the music and that set music would say parental
guidance.
Yeah. And I remember I must have was it Eminem's album or something?
Mother's LP.
Yeah.
You know
and
what?
The language that was coming out of that, and my mum would be like, "What? Like what? what? Like some of the language, like you can.
You touched on another subject that I was gonna touch on, but
Oh, swear. But yeah, man, like that thing.
it all ties in, though, innit? It all ties in. It all ties in.
It's crazy, but yeah. So even like set music, I used to have to like, listen it to on like on number one volume. So I could say the words in it. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm the same. I think like for me, I was raised very much in a super like protective household. Like my mum wouldn't even let me watch PGs until I got to a certain age.
Like cartoons.
What, like parental guidance?
Yeah. Like I was allowed to
only watch. You could only watch you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, and it wasn't until I got to like secondary school.
You were not allowed to watch Shrek.
I'm being serious, but my mum was, that's what my mum was like. My mum was proper, like she was very strict, like so I couldn't watch anything that wasn't PG. I remember when I wanted to watch like things that were like above my age, like it would be very, very, very rare that she'd ever let me in. Most of the time I'd be watching my friend's house at a sleepover or some shit. But it got to the point when I wanted to watch Men in Black, and she's like, I'm not sure. And then I remember speaking to like one of my friend's mums, and the friend's mum was like, look, like you've got to trust your child, like when they see violence or when they see swearing or whatever, to know that that is not acceptable for me to say in real life. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point then when my mum had the conversation with me, she's like, yo, listen, what you see in a film is a film. Like, you don't carry your way like that. You don't swear. You don't be rude to people or whatever it is, right? So I remember I got to watch Men in Black, and I want to say he said the word shit in it. And I remember looking at my mum when he said shit, like. But then she was cool. It's like on fucking on Forrest Gump. I watched that with my mum as well, yeah. And there's a part now, yeah, when my girl, what's her name, Jenny or whatever, grabs Forrest Gump and then puts it on a titty in it. And I remember watching that like,
am I allowed?
Mum's like, yo, close your eyes. And I'm like, well, it is, and I think my first album with swearing on it was 2001, Dr. Dre 2001. Yeah. And now similar to you, Jordash, I had it in my headphones only. Like my mum did not hear a single lyric. And I think it's important though. Because as Anton said, like he's been able to draw the line. All right, listen, my son loves superheroes. The Marvel films as a whole, they're not, the language isn't terrible. It's not gory, so to speak. It's violence, but it's not like, blood and heads being chopped off. It's not like it's fucking Saw or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's acceptable. Like my mum, to be a hypocrite, my mum was not okay with movies and fucking music, but I could play GTA. Like,
but then did she know the concept of GTA?
I was gonna say.
Listen, my mum knew I was an 18, yeah, and I told them, it's just a driving game. It's just a driving game. I'm just driving. His mum's out the room. Give me the fucking money! Give me the money!
But yeah, like even the original version of GTA had swearing in, man.
Yeah.
The Bird's Eye View one.
Yeah. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. That one.
Yeah, it's one of them ones. I think every parent needs to understand where the child is at, like what the film or what the music they're listening to is saying, and if they think they can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Because some children are advanced. Like I remember going into fucking secondary school and man coming up to me and saying, "Yo, listen, that's like you're there for a blowjob." Me, it's a blowjob. All right, yeah, okay, cool. You can have a blowjob. I remember being called in. It was Mr. This is when it was Mr. Fitzgibbon. Remember Mr. Fitzgibbon, Carlos? Yeah. I remember Mr. Fitzgibbon. I remember I got called into Headmasters, and he's like, "Yo, I'm calling your parents there because you're going around asking girls for blowjobs." And I remember I got home to my mum, yeah, and my dad was fucking fuming. And I'm like, "Yo, what is a blowjob?" And my mum said to me, yeah, she looked at my dad. And my dad's like, you know them Jamaican parents like, "Yo, I'm not telling him. You tell him. It's not his." And my mum goes, a blowjob is I remember it so fucking clearly. Yeah, she goes, oh, it's when a man really loves a woman and the woman really loves the man, and she kisses his willy. It's like, what? Kisses his willy? Oh, why would anybody want that? It's like you just need to know your children, and I think me growing up, I led like my mom did try to shelter me from a lot of things that were negative in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, she did the best that she can, but much to her detriment.
Sorry, I think I'm gonna back your mum. I think that's a valid explanation. I think she did well in that situation, you know.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, what are you gonna say?
I'm backing your mum on that situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how else to explain it. I brought love into it when Tyler asked me what sex is and how babies get here. You know what I mean? You have to say love. But sorry, just to jump back on the music thing, because both of you sort of mentioned it.
Yeah.
Idris, you mentioned from your first album, and then Dash, you mentioned on your first album. Carlos, you haven't yet, so I'll come to you in a sec. But didn't you Eva or Carlos as well from your parents' music first?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Like I said.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, so, I used to sit in my dad's car and I'd be like, "Yo,
yeah."
Drive all them on them crazy. You know what I'm saying? All them things there, like some of the tracks. When I think back, that my dad used to listen to in his car with me in the car.
My dad used to beam out "Letter to the President," man.
Yo, I forgot about that track. That was one of my favorite songs, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna have to add that to my Spotify playlist, Joe. That was sick.
The beam out of that track, and even Missy Elliott, she's a
that was one of my favorite songs.
So
you know what I'm saying, though. So that's why I'm saying, like.
But we're talking. To be fair, I don't think he would have played it if my mum was about, though. Still.
Yeah.
I don't think so. From what I remember. Or set times he did, and she'd be like, "What's this music?" Do you know what I mean?
Racket.
You know full well what the music is as well.
Exactly. So then my dad have to change the track in it.
I know, and we'll be like,
that's been the same with me. I remember that in my mum listening with music with my dad. My mum will go, "Tony, turn this off," and then my dad will say, and skip the track. You get me? But then, if I think about it, like as bad as it sounds, sometimes I get listening to my music in it, and you forget it's just on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm playing a playlist or I'm listening to a random mix, like you've got Mixcloud and all these things now. If I'm listening to a mix on Mixcloud, then sometimes some tracks get steamy, you get me? It's saying swear words in it. My kids will just be dancing along in the kitchen along to the music, like they know the words, but I know full well they ain't following what's going on the song.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. Like the kids these days are just listening to the beat, innit? Like more so than anything, listening to the actual words, innit?
I agree.
So, Jason, how did you manage? How did you manage not to hear anything then?
My mum.
Was your dad just strict?
Nah, my dad only played reggae. Literally, like nothing but like old school reggae.
No budju.
Nah, no budju.
I was gonna say, you know.
No budju. Like artists, like old school artists. Like he played a lot of this classic reggae, like Desmond Decker, Beres Hammond, Sanchez. You know them ones there. So yeah, man, it was all love, like love. Like there was
Lovers Rock.
Yeah, Lovers Rock. Yeah. So there was nothing like that. And then obviously your mum's your mum in it. Like so, I only ever heard like badness when I was out with friends at school, like or when I was trying to be a a rebel and listen to music that I'd find, like a tape that I might have found, like some shit around the house. I don't know how it got there. Or my mum bought me some shit by accident. Like she bought me what was it now? I've got 5 on it. I've got 5 on it.
Yeah.
About that. And I was like, that was like probably my first tape ever. And yeah, my mum didn't really. No, she listened to music.
That's my dad introduced me to jungle.
Jungle now, man.
Yeah, do you know General Levy? That wicked.
My dad was
wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked. That wicked track. Yo, I remember my dad.
I heard that song, yeah, when I was 5 years old. You know, I was in Siobhan's living room. Yo, Siobhan.
Yeah.
I was in her living room. Remember, she used to have the house party. She went on when she used to live on Right Road.
Yeah.
So I was in there and I was listening to this jungle. I was like, yo, what the fish? Oh, this is a vibe, bro. I remember it very clearly, man.
I remember getting picked up in primary school by my dad and getting in the car. And then as soon as we got in the car, my dad just whacked the music up on the bass. Because my dad always had a subwoofer as well, The bass coming off it, I was gassed.
Yeah, it does gas you. It does gas you.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, for me, certain songs, like from I think it's your own upbringing, because I was brought up like that. And I was listening to certain songs. Like, yeah, man. That's why, for me, it's like, well, they didn't influence me to start coming out and cussing out bad words or doing certain things. You get me? Because I knew what the boundaries were, or what my boundaries were. You know what I'm saying? But then I was still exposed to those tunes. So in a way, that's why I suppose I don't feel bad exposed entirely to some. Don't get me wrong, I don't go too far with certain songs or start rapping along to teach him. You get me? Like there's a certain song by 3 6 Mafia, yeah, that I know that when I'm singing it along to Laura, it just winds her up in it.
What song is it, bro?
I know. I'm trying to think.
I'll give us some vocals, man.
Oh, boy. It's like corn on a cob.
Oh, yeah, I know it now. I know the next lyric.
What's the next lyric, Carl? I don't know it.
I've got to read it. Not for the
lyric? What's the next lyric?
Oh, go listen to it, Jay.
How's it called? What's it called?
No, I'll send it. Yeah, I'll send it. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I found it here. 3 6 Mafia, corn on. Oh my god! Right. Slob on my knob, corn on the cob. That's Anton. That's what you really want. Okay. Check in with me and do your job.
Yeah.
Lay on the bed and give me head. Don't have to ask. Don't have to beg.
Now Laura goes mad at it because I just go around now, yeah, and I'll just say it like sing it there, but then I just know that just winds her up in it. So it's just one of them banter things that I do with her. I've not done it in a while actually, so I'm gonna do it soon. By the way, I know you're going to watch it.
When the podcast comes on, just sing along.
But then with the kids, if the kids was there, I wouldn't come out and sing that song.
Of course,
you get me?
Yeah.
Or like even if, because I've got the song in my Apple Music, you get me? But I wouldn't, if I was driving my car and I was on random, and as soon as I heard the intro, skip. Because I'm not listening to that song with the kids. You get me? Because I just think it's like, it's too controversial, and even just the point in, why am I going to open that can of worms? Do you know what I mean? Because even if they pick up on some of it, they'll be like, what? What's this song? What? And then they're going to try and ask me to break it down to them. And then because I'm like you, Dash, where I'm very open with them, especially now, do you know what I mean? Like in this day and age when you've got all these pedos, like you said, or you've got these people that are trying to, do you know what I mean? Like interact with kids and just all wrong. I'm straight up with mine. So your vagina is your vagina, your penis is your penis. Nobody should go near your vagina or penis. Nobody touches your private parts, your chest, your bum, you know what? Nobody should touch you. If someone touches you and you feel uncomfortable, yeah, no matter who it is, you tell mummy and daddy.
You know.
You need to let us know. Do you know what I mean? Because nobody should touch you. And even if it's your uncle and you don't want them to touch you, you say to me, I don't want anyone to touch. That's fine, because nobody needs to touch you. Do you know what I mean, though? And it's just sort of getting that mentality into them. Say, well, nah, because nobody needs to come near you. Nobody needs to say certain things to you. Do you know what I mean? So I want them to be open and have those conversations with me. And that's why I think even exposing them to certain little things, like certain films or certain music, it can't be. It's not only going to be harmful, shall we say? You know what I mean? Some of it actually can be received positively because you're making them aware of certain things that's happening. You know what I mean? But it's just how deep you go with it, I suppose. But that's just my opinion.
100%. Obviously, like I said, music can have a major effect on people. But then, as I said, it depends on how deep they are listening to it, and obviously, we all know subconsciously as well, music can also play a major part. Like, obviously, to me, it normalizes a lot of things. What people are like willing to do and willing to accept.
Or like stub on my knob.
Yeah. Or like I'm in love with the cocoa, innit? And stuff like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If that song makes me want to fucking move, why? I can't lie. I'm facts, bro. But once again, I remember when I was younger, and remember that song now. What is it now? That my neck, my back. Yeah. I remember listening to that song, and I heard it on the radio. But obviously, it's a censored version, so it's like ma, and ma. You know what I'm saying? I remember hearing the original, that the explicit version, and being like, "Oh my God, she wants you to do what? Who the fuck would do that?" You know what I'm saying? It's like,
hey, but that's mad, you know. Shall I tell you why? Because I heard it, and all I was just like, this is sick. My neck. It didn't bother me. And you know what's bad? I didn't color it. I didn't put the two together, I suppose. Like, she's talking about she wants, you know what I mean? Do you know who else was a track? And I loved it for years. And then it was only when I deeped it, when I got a bit older, I was like, oh, Tweet, Oh My.
Yeah.
At first, I just loved the track in it. I just thought
that's all R&B bop.
Yeah. It's a sick beat. Like, it's quite catchy. And the thing about it is and I think this is what makes it a bit more mad for me. I knew the words. Do you know what I mean? But it's only like when I started breaking it down, and I think when I got a bit more older and aware, and I was obviously still in high school, like still younger, but I got older and aware, and I was like, hold on, rah, my lady.
Oh, trust.
You get me? And I didn't think of that at first. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, music can influence you, but then do you know what? I think it goes a bit extreme when people are like, oh yeah, drill music makes people go out and kill.
I mean, drill is very fucking violent. I can't lie.
It is. No, don't get me wrong. It is very violent, but then souls, if we're going old school like Carlos, gangster rap.
Yeah, but gangster rap was like Martin, my brother, and his friends, they like drill, right? And gangster rap's like, yo, I did a drive-by, pow. Drill's like, yo, I went to his mum's yard, I stabbed him up, we pissed on his grave. It's like, I think drill's very details the crimes.
No, and I think both of them detail the crime. The only difference between drill and
it's more blatant
is because I feel like drill, everything what they're talking about is they're talking about accessible items. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, knives.
It's
check
knives,
man up, bro.
You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, back in the day, gangster rap was like guns. Not everyone could.
Yeah.
Or had access to guns. Do you know what I mean? Whereas obviously, you can just go into your kitchen and shut man up and all these things there. Do you know what I mean? But like I said,
but then do you think that encourages violence, though?
To me, I think it is environmental. Obviously, they're rapping about what's happening around them. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel like it does encourage. But if someone makes a track about you, then I can understand why a next person might come back and think, oh, they made a track about me. now I need to get one up on them. I can understand that.
Yeah, but for me, that's part of like, if you're talking about that, that's part of like grime music, innit? Grime is just like a little bit of a rap battle in it between two MCs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
and then people have beef back in the day with each other because of it.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, but no, but for me then, I don't think it went as far as I'm gonna kill you. You see what I'm talking about?
Like, even up
in
Napa, and while he's been stabbed, bro. I think it's
just part and parcel. Obviously, the environment that these people are growing up in. So regardless, obviously, things happen, and obviously, people make music about it. It's what they're surrounded by, innit?
So you think it's the music that's influencing it, or it's just the environment that's influencing it, and then they're just rapping about it?
It's about it that people have always expressed themselves through music, haven't they? Regardless, even you listen to rock and roll and all them things they're talking about.
And will it encourage other people to do it then?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are influenced by many different things, and just because I personally would never hear a rap song and act on it, but I can see why people would. Like, we've all been influenced by music in some way.
Rock and roll and drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like even to the way some of these rappers dressed, and like we've seen. For me, what I remember, it was always like, it was now fucking Ja Rule, bro, right? I remember all the girls, and I say, all the girls loved Ja Rule. Oh my God, he's so fit, he's so sexy. Look at him, he's so amazing, bro. Listen, bro, I said straight, listen, let me grow my hair, get some little cane rolls like Ja Rule, bro. Because these shorts about to see me.
JC used to wear that sweatband as well, like it as well.
Facts. I did. And that was me being influenced by what I saw, what I thought was popular, me wanting to, get my knob slobbed on.
Yeah, nah. Do you know what? That's mad, because I never thought that Ja Rule had that effect. He certainly didn't have that effect on me, That's mad.
Listen, the girls liked Ja Rule. All right, cool. Let me like Ja Rule too.
What is this the girls that you spoke to in the strip club that Carlos used to go to?
No, Anton, with your jokes, because Ja Rule was in secondary school. Strip clubs is obviously after secondary school and university time. So chronologically speaking, your joke don't match up, mate. Sorry, try again.
No, the joke always worked. The fact that you had a membership card, and you was on first name terms with these girls, I'm gonna slip that joke in at every opportunity I can.
I didn't have a fucking membership card, bro.
He did. Carlos told us.
Carlos don't know what he's on about, bro. The fuck?
Yeah, he doesn't.
I did not have a membership card. How am I have a membership card to a fucking strip club, bro? You are mine.
Right, boy, on your sick visit, you go.
Yo, what do you mean? Who are you? You're somebody with money who's willing to pay it, into the strip club. So they'll give anyone a card, bro.
Listen, I did not have a loyalty card. If anything, bro, I was the guy in the strip club who let the man them get dances, and I sit next to them, get a little.
Oh, you got the free look.
Yeah, the free look, bro. The fuck, bro. Wow, yo, listen, listen, facts, right? Let's break it down. I know we're going off topic, right? But listen, yo, you are who you are, bro.
Carlos ain't come with no denial,
He's Carlos, it's who he is. It's who you are, bro. Listen, we're family here, bro.
To deny it, because you know what kind of person Jason is.
What's that supposed to mean, bro? What's that supposed to mean?
Jason.
Exactly. You know what? I think there is a lot of truth in it, to be fair.
There's a lot of truth in it, man.
There's a lot of truth.
I don't know.
You didn't deny it.
Carlos and Craig used to frequent the strip clubs, and I used to go just to peer pressure.
Right, we might have to get Craig on a pod. So
we can't get Craig on. We're not getting Craig on. No shot. You think I'm bad? No shot. You're getting Craig.
No. Do you know what? Carlos patterned that. That because
no way we're getting Craig on.
Idris is too nervous about getting Craig on this pod that we need to get Craig on.
I'm not getting Craig on. I'm saying that for a fact.
Yeah, Craig's coming on.
Yeah.
We need to get Craig on. Yeah, rah. That's mad. We need to get Craig on.
Nope.
And then find out what these stories are. Yeah.
Nope.
In fact, so next week, people, what we're gonna on the next episode, what we're gonna do is you're gonna delve a bit into our past. We want to start doing that. We'll bring on a past friend, but maybe the next 3 weeks, the next 3 episodes, sorry, because the bi-weekly episodes. So the next 3 episodes, I want someone from our backgrounds. So I think what we're going to try and do is get Craig on for the first one, and see what
I think he's busy, bro. I think he's busy. I've just texted him now. He said he's busy. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Carlos will send a second text just in case.
He said he's busy, bro. I said he'll let me know when he's free, though. Yes, I'll let you man know. As soon as he lets me know, I'll let you man know. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's safe. Carlos, DM him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe.
Craig ain't coming on. Trust me. No way.
Do you know what's mad though? Just how nervous you are about it.
Because Craig was really there, so he knows what's what.
Exactly. I can't wait for this.
I don't want you man to know really how bad Carlos is.
And we all know it's not me that's nervous.
I'm nervous for you, bro. I'm nervous for you,
bro.
We were bad as each other, to be honest.
I'm nervous for you, bro. All them £10 you bought off me to get dances from Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, you know. £10. I don't know where you man were going. Why you just
listen,
£10, dropping tenors on dances and that. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap up.
Yeah, let's get off here, man. All right, so yeah, let's go.
Thank you guys. If you've made it to the end of the episode, again, we appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and just tell a friend. We're growing now, and we just want to keep on growing and getting this consistent content out for you guys. So if you like it, like we said before, please let us know. If you've got any feedback, whether it's negative, positive, again, let us know. And again, if there's anything that you want us to discuss, please let us know. Yeah, in here with myself, Anton.
That's me, Dash. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You've made it to the end. Much appreciated. Like, comment, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, thanks for your time again.
Yeah, big thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching, still being here. Please spread the word, get more people following us so we can share our points of view. Thank you guys. It's Carlos.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and for rocking with us right to the very end. We love and appreciate your support as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, swipe left, all that good stuff, yeah? You know the vibes. And we're out.